Hey all listeners, this is going to be something quite special. This is going to be not really a top 100 games of all time list. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to actually do with PC games, and I'm going to be writing here, and hopefully there isn't the whole thing where it will break, which it did once, but that was because that was a different camera software, I believe, and stuff that. So yes, so this is only going to be games that I consider quote-unquote masterpieces, and masterpiece games are like basically like 100 out of 100, like 10 out of 10, and stuff that. But it's not because I will talk about my scoring system on my birthday next year and stuff that. I will talk about the scoring system then. I'm kind of using the scoring system already in the Game of the Year thing. The list is already done, and the scores of some of the games there. Although right, like the scoring system is very weird. Like there is a certain score that might look like low, like 70-79%, which is more comparable to a 9 out of 10. Actually, the 70-79 and stuff that, stuff that, and 80-89 is kind of like more like a, But anyway, so masterpieces are basically like if you consider it like movies, like what are masterpiece movies, like Godfather is one, Robocop is one, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Lord of the Rings trilogy, Toy Story, I would say, Avatar. I would consider Avatar actually and stuff that, but yeah, I know a lot of people really hate on Avatar and stuff that, but yeah. Porco Rosso I would consider as well, but yeah. So we're gonna go some PC games. Stuff that I'm going to be doing the live thing in the text here and filling things. So first off, Max Payne, of course, obviously, the very first one. So that's so it's, yeah, I need to clarify. It's like, best PC games of all time. Masterpieces only, which is like 100% in score, like 10 out of 10, like a 5 out of 5, basically. So yeah, so Max Payne. The question is, would we consider the sequel? Because the sequel is technically better in every way, the Max Payne 1. In terms of like how the whole gameplay and stuff that, because you can do more things, you can do the whole spin around thing, which is better. Difficulty wise, it's actually better balanced compared to the first one. The first one is really hard on the hardest difficulty, and not the speedrun difficult, but you're meant to play to the game 3 times. One on the default difficulty, then on, what is it, hardball, I think is the second one. Maybe hardball was the last one. But yeah, there are 3 difficulties, not counting the New York Minute, which is a speedrun mode, but yeah. But if you wanted the true ending, of course. So would I count in Max Payne 2? Because Max Payne 2 had also on the hardest difficulty, had some rough sections. The one where you have to guard Winnie is, pretty annoying when he's wearing the costume and stuff that, that one is pretty annoying. So yeah, now let's put Max Payne 2 there as well. Grim Fandango is how it's spelled, right? Yeah, Grim Fandango. This is just obvious. And stuff that. Should we put any of the Unreal tournaments there? Like I would maybe put the 99 there, but I don't think 99 is the best one. 99 is the most fun one. And like even back on 56K Modern, there were certain things that I remember getting, like certain skins or even packs. There were like a pack with like Darth Vader, it was about a model, it was voices and animations and everything and stuff that, and that was like a really, really big one to download and stuff that. There was a really good Homer Simpson skin as well, and stuff that, so there were a lot of really, really cool things. And in that one, I felt like you had the most control over your AI characters because you could just adjust them what they were good at, and then you could set up special challenges and stuff that very, very easily. Oh, is it on the screen there? It's a bit dirty there, so that looks a bit weird. So yeah, but actually, Unreal Tournament 2004 is considered the best. So that, and I would agree with that, because the funny thing is, I installed both Unreal Tournament 2003 today actually, and 2004 as well. And it's weird, right? 2003, the maximum resolution is some weird, like, I think it's 1600, 1200 or whatever it is. Which is, it's not a 1080p resolution or whatever, right? It's like a weird widescreen resolution, I believe it is. And stuff there, so it's not like a real, like, 1080p, it's not a real HD resolution. But in Unreal Tournament 2004, it seems to be like HD textures, because the map or the file size on the game is like 5.20 gigabytes here, but it does say that it should take up 5.5 gigabytes for whatever reason. And stuff there, because you're installing from 5 or 6 disks, kinda. Or actually from 5 disks, because I don't think it installs anything from the very last disk, or maybe it did. Number 5. There is no order to these, by the way, like, best PC game of all time, like, the order of the games don't matter. So yeah, so it's not that the first one is the best one. Nope. That's not how it works. Right, so Unreal Tournament 2004. If I would put a Command & Conquer on there, like, which one would I put? Like, would I put like Red Alert, like the original Red Alert? Because first it was, of course, Command & Conquer, then there came like an expansion for Command & Conquer, then came Red Alert and stuff like that, and then after Red Alert you had Tiberian Sun. Tiberian Sun was my actually first Command & Conquer that I owned. Like, I had a friend that had both Command & Conquer 1, and then I got like the big anniversary box at one point. At one point I wanted to be like, okay, but there's a bunch of games missing on the anniversary one. So then I got like Red Alert 3, Command & Conquer, both 3 and the one with the expansion on, because 3 had like 2 games. They were like a double disc that had like the thing, because they have it over there. And stuff like that, and then of course Command & Conquer 4 and stuff like that, but yeah. But Tiberian Sun is just very, very special because of that and stuff like that. And of course Red Alert 2 is absolutely fantastic as well. Red Alert 2 was actually really, really fun with all the humor and stuff like that, And yeah, but yeah. But I mean, the original Red Alert is just... Man, that's rough. Or should we put 2? Yeah, let's put 2 Command & Conquer 3. So, Command and... Command & Conquer... Yeah. Red Alert, definitely. And then Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun. Here we go. I think that's fair. Do I put any of the Crysis game? I mean, Crysis is good, but it's not like that. Like, it's not that, like, it's not like a Half-Life or Half-Life 2 stuff like that. It's not like that class of thing. Right, so Unreal 1 definitely goes on there, and I know that a lot of people might not put Unreal there. I'm not going to put both Half-Life and Half-Life 2 on there, even though they both deserve to be on there. So which one? I mean, like... Technically, I would say like Half-Life is really, really good, but I kind of preferred one of the expansions. Like Blue Shift is really, really good, but Blue Shift is just way too short, which is my problem with Blue Shifts and stuff like that. And Blue Shift, yes, it gave you the whole HD, well, not really HD textures, but it gave you like different textures that you could then play through the original game with the original Half-Life. You could play through with the textures from Blue Shift and stuff like that. And that was, of course, really, really cool. Although I don't know if you can do that on the Steam versions of the games and stuff, but yeah. But of course, the weird thing is that the MP5 got changed completely into more of an M4A1 style rifle instead, or assault rifle, or whatever we will call it. I mean, the best one if we will go with the expansions, because the expansions, well, Blue Shift was standalone. Blue Shift didn't require the original, but Opposing Force did. I would say Opposing Force was the absolute pinnacle of Half-Life, really. Because the Opposing Force was very, very different and stuff like that, and then playing as the military guy and stuff like that, made it very, very interesting with the whole... It was very, very unique one expansion and stuff like that, so I'm gonna actually put Half-Life Opposing Force, right? Is it just Opposing Force, or is it Opposing Forces? Opposing Force. I think that's how you spell it. Right. Nolf. Right. No one lives forever. I never had two, or was it the third one as well, maybe? Yeah, no one lives forever is good. I cannot find that CD though. The special CD that you got with it and stuff like that, because it's not in the box and stuff like that. It feels like really bad because it looked in a very, very cool way, that thing, and maybe they threw it away because maybe they didn't understand what it was or something like that. Or maybe it is somewhere still, stuff like that, because it was very, very unique. So we're up to 10 games now. So we have Max Payne 2, Grim Fandango, Unreal Tournament 2004, Command & Conquer Red Alert, Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun, Unreal, Half-Life Opposing Force, Nolf, No One Lives Forever, yeah, might as well put Unreal 2 on there as well, even though like Unreal 2, actually, let me show you here actually, because I do have a bunch of boxes, like I do have all the games here that I'm talking about, because like I'm only gonna count in ones that well, technically I don't know where my Unreal box is. Here we go. Here's the Unreal 2 box. Oh yeah, whoa man. Oh, yeah. Oh, so cool it was. Right, 1. There's the play disc, and then there were 2 install discs, right? Yeah, 2 install discs technically. 2 install discs and a play disc, but usually. Was there a key on this? Yeah, because I don't want to show the key by mistake. Stuff like that, but yeah, you had a pretty nice instruction manual and stuff like that, but yeah. The cool thing about it though was the whole like, yes, the Scar became a bigger enemy in this and stuff like that, and the whole thing that you were on a ship, and like the game campaign is not that long, sadly. It felt like Unreal 1 was actually longer, like campaign wise. It's like what game is back there? Okay, game for like was back there actually. But yeah, but Unreal 2, Unreal 2, okay, so Unreal 2 Awakening, right, yeah. Awakening. So yeah, Unreal 2, I mean, the weird thing though is that the upgrade system in it isn't something that is missable. Either that, depending on how you do on the mission, that gives you upgrades, now it's just you get upgrade in a certain order and stuff like that. And so there are some cool upgrades and stuff like that, and the graphics were absolutely mind-blowing back then. The funny thing is, Unreal 2 was the first old game that I like installed on the PC. I think several years ago actually and stuff like that to try it out. And the funny thing is, for some reason, it supports 2560 times 1440, like 4040p resolution, which is 2K resolution, which is absolutely crazy. Like, how could they future-proof that? Because Unreal 2 Awakening, right, it is older, right, than Unreal Tournament 2004, right? Actually, let me check this up, though. Let me check Unreal 2 Awakening release date, EU. Yeah. PC, Windows, February. Yeah, 2003. 2003 it came out, wow. 2003, so... Oh, yeah. February 7, 2003. So how could it have support for 1440p? Like, it couldn't have existed back then and stuff like that, unless there was something coding genius that they did. with that, so yeah, that's absolutely insane. So that's Unreal 2 Awakening. Unreal didn't have an undertitle, by the way, I don't think, at all. Although there was an expansion for Unreal 1, but I never had any other expansions for it. So yeah. Of course. Nukem 3D was specifically the one I had. Atomic Edition. Or Atomic just. Because Atomic came with the expansion and like the birth and stuff like that as an extra campaign and stuff, but yeah. So do I put... I mean, Quake 1 is very, very unique because it's more medieval-esque, but it's still science fiction, right? And people who say, oh, it's just medieval. I don't know, it's science fiction because you go into portals, and those portals aren't magic, those portals are science fiction because it's actually teleporting or warping, rather, and stuff like that, yeah. But I'm actually going to put Quake 2 here. Quake 2 in the middle of those, and then just as well, then we put Quake 3. Do we put regular Quake 3 Arena or do we put Team Arena? Team Arena is of course the expansion. Team Arena technically is better because Team Arena you can still access the old campaign, I believe, in Team Arena when you have it. You can still like play the original campaign without going back into Quake 3, whatever it was, if I remember correctly. And then of course it added, it added a few more characters, like Fritz Krieg, for example, in that match. But then you had a whole different new like teams and stuff that, and you had some really, really cool weapons, like nail gun came back, you had like cool power-ups and stuff that, and then, there were like different teams and stuff that, and it was pretty, pretty cool because of that. So I'm gonna actually put the Team Arena here. And are all these masterpieces though? Yes. So that because I need to think about that, right? Like, so it's not like a 9 or 10 game or whatever, right? But of course, yeah. Right. And then, ooh, yeah. Doom 3. And I'm actually gonna include expansion as well, so Doom 3 no, with one S, right? Resurrection of Evil. I think it's what it was called, yeah. Because that expansion was so good, because it was the expansion that added back the double-barreled shotgun and stuff that, and that was just such a big deal and stuff that. Even though it was fairly short, it was a much more focused experience than what the regular Doom 3 ended up being. But yeah, but I think that both of them are worth to put on there and stuff like that. Yeah. Right, what else? To look more hidden hoof prints. So we have. Grand Theft Auto 3 is probably going to be on there. Neverwinter Nights is probably going to be on there as well, right? Yeah. But I feel like it would be cheap otherwise, because otherwise I could just put Command & Conquer the first decade and just put that box like a collection on there. You used to have a bunch of games, but now so. Yeah, but definitely Grand Theft Auto 3 and San Andreas. Definitely yes. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. So, Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which is technically still like, the way I consider it is they aren't numbered, but I think that it's like Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto 3 Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3 San Andreas. Although technically, I don't think it's exactly the same engine because it's heavily modified, like Vice City looks completely different. But I kind of regret that I ended up getting Vice City on PS2 And I know that technically originally Grand Theft Auto 3 was on PS2 first before it came on PC because they had a exclusivity or whatever it was and stuff like that. And it was really annoying to have to wait on the PC version, but yeah. With San Andreas, I got it on the PC though, and it's used so much better on the PC and stuff like that, but yeah. I do remember getting stuck though, because there was some certain mission where the controls didn't make any sense. And stuff like that, and there were also whole weird like input delay bugs you could have if you had certain PCs or whatever, right? And stuff like that, and it was way easier to do, for example, on a controller and stuff like that, and like with the whole with the car thing when you have to like dance with the car or whatever it is and stuff like that, and then like the controls didn't make much sense, right? And then the controllers were often like completely wrong and stuff like that, how it was, how they were bound and stuff like that, so yeah. Right, and Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter Nights. Right, Fallout and Fallout 2. Yes. Sid Meier's Civilization. I'm putting specifically 4 on there because I still think 4 was the best. Yes. Civilization 4. So 21 games so far. Max Payne 2, Grim Fandango, Unreal Tournament 2004, Command & Conquer Red Alert, Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun, Unreal, Half-Life Opposing Force, North New Orleans Forever, Unreal 2 Awakening, Duke Nukem 3D Atomic Edition, Quake 2, Quake 3 Team Arena, Doom 3, Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Neverwinter Nights, Fallout 2, Cinema Civilization 4. Yeah. Would I put like Vampire Survivors and like Mega Bonk on there now? Probably not. Alright. Diablo 2, specifically expansion Lord of Destruction. LOD. Because sure, Diablo 2 was absolutely fantastic when it came out, but then the expansion just made it so that why would you play the original and stuff that, like, once the expansion was so much better and stuff that, it was just crazy how much better it was. Alright. World of Warcraft. The Burn Crusade. I could put Vanilla on there as well, which I'm actually gonna do. World of Warcraft. Yeah, just regular World of Warcraft. And do we put Rat on there? Nah. I mean, Rat is really when the dungeons started. Like, the dungeons were technically good in Rat, but in Rat they made it so that yeah, dungeon spamming in Rat was fun, but then of course Rat was kind of like where things started going downhill after a certain point and stuff like that, yeah. So let me try and think, because I don't want to miss anything. So yeah, and I do have several games also that is further back and that is not here at the front. There was like several games that I put further back and stuff like that, right? That I cannot see what games they are, sadly. But it's further back there. Okay. I know that I have, for example, like I have Guild Wars over there and stuff like that. I have like Company of Heroes, or the special Company of Heroes box that has like both Company of Heroes and another game on there as well. We do have the Elder Scrolls, right? Morrowind. Yeah, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind is one game. Yeah. And it's Neverwinter Nights, yeah. Elder Scrolls 3. Yes. Morrowind. Yes. And then I'm actually gonna put Guild Wars 2 specifically there because I did play it for quite a long time and I really enjoy Guild Wars 2. 1 is also very, very special, but I was never super good at 1 and stuff like that, but I got introduced with a friend to Guild Wars 1, and Guild Wars 1 was very, very special, of course, obviously. Because of it was more like Asian team more than anything. I'm gonna put it actually Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning. I could put the other thing, except I forgot what it was called. The other thing that I did, which I did install on Steam. I think I have it. I think I have it on Steam. But yeah. Right. Age of Reckoning. Yeah. We don't put Age of Conan there. The only one. Do we put Ion on there? No. I mean, Ion was special, but Ion is when I ended up getting hacked in Ion, and I lost both the Ion account, and then back then I used the same password for several different things. Like I had a couple of passwords, maybe I had 3 passwords in total, but then I kept using the same password for several things. And then losing Ion meant that I lost World of Warcraft and stuff like that as well. So yeah, that was really, really bad. So then, of course, because of having both Burning Crusade Collector's Edition and the Wrath of Lich King Collector's Edition, and of course there was no way to get like the pets back or anything or whatever. So I had to make like a new account and stuff like that. And that is like a bit annoying and stuff because yeah. And then it was so weird like that because I was the guild master of a guild in Aeon and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So I would think that they would notice that something weird was going on and stuff like that, and I would just have like reported the person or whatever, or or that there was at least some communication, to try and get my account back. But no, never, I'll be fair, I didn't try and contact support or anything like that, because but anyway, I'm trying to think, Discworld 2. I don't think it had an undertitle or whatever, because it's the one where death gets kind of blown up and stuff like that, and then eventually Rinswind becomes death for a while and stuff like that, and then like the ending is like really, really weird. Oh, this giant thing or whatever is attacking you, then you have to fucking, what was it? You had to use the popcorn or whatever the like it was. Where you threw some kind of bag of something on it because it was like a magical thing or whatever. You combined 2 things or whatever because it was really, really weird. But yeah. Right, we're up to 29 games. Yeah. I'm trying to think though. It's not always easy to think. Yes. Morrowind. 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 The hidden expansion. You go on an airplane. Right, I didn't play Skyrim on PC, that was on console and stuff so that's why I'm not putting that on. And I'm not gonna put Duke Nukem Forever though, even though I really, really like the Duke Nukem Forever and stuff like that, right? Right, it's understandable why because the problem with Duke Nukem Forever was right that the original devs didn't finish it. It was Gearbox that finished Duke Nukem Forever and stuff that. But then the old thing when they showed you the trailer with the whole Terminator and stuff the way the game looked at, that version had several different things to it, and then it did get finished via modding and stuff like people added that as like a full game, but it's not an official thing or whatever, right? But yeah, but it felt like that graphical style would have been so much better as that, because it was actually at first made in a modified version of the Quake 2 engine or whatever at first. And stuff like that. And I do think if Duke Nukem Forever would have come out earlier and they would have focused on just finishing in that graphical engine, then the game would have been just so much better and stuff like that. But yeah, But it's sad. I would put the whole Phantom thing there though. Even though I didn't get the Phantom thing pretty super high score or anything. Which is really weird considering that the score I gave it there. Because that was comparable to what? Like comparable to a 7 out of 10, yeah. So it would be weird to consider it that. But that is because the reason why I put it on this list is because I got it late during a certain another year, so I didn't get Phantom Fury technically this year. So that is why I didn't allow it to get like a high score and stuff that. Because yeah,